Salty Rose here at the Ventura Music Factory in Industrial Ventura. And that clip you just saw at the beginning of the video, I was using a 65 Vibrachamp daisy chained with a 66 champ. That's a rig that I've been using for years. When I use an amp as small as a champ, I like to daisy chain them and run two of them so that I can hear them on stage from the back line. A Princeton Reverb, you can daisy chain those, but I find that a Princeton Reverb or anything bigger, I usually don't. It's usually only with the champs. Now, if you're going to use a stack or multiple cabinets, you need to make sure that those cabinets are all in phase with each other. And what that means is all the speakers are pushing at the same time. If any of the speakers are out of phase, what will happen is one will be pushing while the other's pulling, and certain frequencies will cancel out. With a pair of combo amps, you have to do the same thing and make sure that they're in phase. So recently I hooked up a 74 champ that I picked up with my 66 champ, and I noticed that the sound that I was getting, to me the sound was like the sound of a ventriloquist, like the amps were throwing their voice. It sounded like it was coming at me from the walls instead of being right in front of me. So I went and got my Vibrachamp and I hooked up the 66 champ with the Vibrachamp, as I've done many times on stage. And the sound sounded like it was right in front of the amp. It's kind of like a little bubble of sound right in front of the amp. I went back to the 74 champ with the 66 champ again, and I was getting that ventriloquist sound of the sound coming from the walls. It sounded kind of empty right in front of the amps. So I have a stereo test record that you can use to check to see if a pair of stereo speakers are in phase. On the stereo test record, they give you a static sound, and it does the same thing. It's as if the sound is coming from an area right in between the speakers.
Phasing.
So that's how I can tell if my combo amps are in phase. The sound should sound like it's coming from right between the amplifiers, not from off to the sides. Anyhow, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope my description of how a pair of combo amps sounds in phase helps. And if you have any other methods you use to see if your combo amps are in phase, leave it in the comments below. And I'm going to leave you today with a little clip of Trucker Bomb from last New Year's Eve at the Maui Sugar Mill Saloon. And I'm not using my champs in that clip. That one was done with a 50-watt Marshall. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.